Less than 2 years ago, the Warlords of Draenor expansion for the insanely popular MMORPG World of Warcraft was released with much anticipation, but this excitement quickly faded. The expansion was criticized due to its lackluster story, too few raids, a lack of new classes or races to play as, and, of course, the infamous garrisons that isolated players in a game that normally encourages socializing and playing with others. Because of a terrible initial launch queue that halted servers, along with the game being riddled with bugs, Warlords of Draenor wasn't too well received. World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria left the community starving for more WoW, and Warlords of Draenor did not fulfill those cravings. As a result of Draenor's shortcomings, Blizzard now hides their falling subscription numbers from the public view. With all that aside, it's time for the new 2016 expansion to make its mark on this aging MMORPG. As the Alliance and Horde unify against the power of the Burning Legion, does the new threat to this 12-year-old game bring enough to the table to please longtime fans and newcomers alike? Or is it just about high noon for World of Warcraft Legion? World of Warcraft Legion takes place on the Broken Isles. The Broken Isles map is divided into 6 areas called zones. Initially, 4 leveling zones are available, which can be played in any order thanks to Legion's zone flexibility, a feature which scales enemies to whatever level your character is, regardless of any group member's levels. This addition is welcomed with open arms, as it lets anyone play with others at any time in Legion. Suramar, a zone accessible after reaching level 110, introduces the story arc that includes the first set of raids and additional dungeons for this expansion. The last zone is called the Broken Shore, which has a few story events on it for now, but currently cannot be explored. World quests are also a new addition and are available after reaching the maximum level. These quests span across the new zones. Though many of the classes have received revisions and upgrades like in previous expansions, Legion is special because it marks the introduction of an entirely new class, Demon Hunters. This is the first new hero class since Wrath of the Lich King, which came out back in 2008. The Demon Hunters can play in one of 2 playstyles, based on which weapon type the player chooses. Players are able to switch their weapon type after visiting the Demon Hunter class hall, but either way, the character is promising. Players can choose to constantly deal lots of damage with the DPS-focused Havoc weapon specialization, or to play as a tank and lead groups to victory with the Vengeance specialization. Regardless of your choice, the Demon Hunters provide almost an entirely different feel to the world. No longer will you be worried about falling, as Demon Hunters have wings that give you the ability to glide. It's almost perfect for newcomers to World of Warcraft too, especially because a Demon Hunter can flee from a fight with 2 dash attacks if the going gets tough. Demon Hunters are also equipped with eye beams that lock the player into place for a few seconds in order to unleash a devastating area attack that quickly drains the health of enemies in a pinch. Demon Hunters can also let out their inner demon, which transforms them into a larger monstrosity for a few seconds, unleashing havoc and chaos upon foes with enhanced attacks. If you're a normal hunter that shoots arrows and guns from afar at enemies, you may find the ability to discreetly pull attention toward yourself by throwing your warglaives to be very useful. And that dash attack? You can use it a few times to help propel your Demon Hunter through the air or up steep slopes. Thankfully, it recharges at a decent rate, and most of these abilities can be enhanced with the new weapon system. If you're looking to get back into World of Warcraft and would enjoy faster-paced combat mixed with the ability to precisely navigate while platforming, the Demon Hunters await, so long as you are prepared. In order to start as a Demon Hunter, you must have a character that is at least level 70 on your account. Legion does not provide new weapon drops. Instead, players will be given a new weapon for their respective class specialization at the beginning of the expansion, all of which can be upgraded through Chain of Enhancements. Upgrading requires artifact power items, which can be found in quests. It is important to determine what playstyle you like early in the expansion, because the player can enhance their abilities throughout the game, which can eliminate cooldown times or increase attack proficiency in most cases. Along with the unique class hall for each class, this upgrading method makes for a balanced weapon system that can be changed and modified as time goes on. And as mentioned earlier, you can swap your weapons if you wish to change your playstyle without having to make a new character. In addition to housing the place for enhancing weapons, the class hall hosts a side game that lets you send troops out on missions to fight forces throughout the zones. After real-time passes, the troops will return with rewards such as artifact power, experience for both the follower and the player, class hall resources, and main story quest items. Because this can sometimes take multiple hours, Blizzard released a companion app on iOS and Android to use alongside the game. You can level up your champions by sending them on missions or by choosing a champion to quest with you and appear during your journeys, gaining levels as he or she fights alongside you. Using this feature is key to getting quest items and gear in Legion, but feels too simple and safe since it blatantly steals this concept from other games, right down to the companion app. Also, the user interface isn't very friendly and can be confusing at times, but it is worth toughing through. Thankfully, the expansion did not keep the system the same as the garrisons from Draenor. Players are able to see other players of the same class while in their class halls, and the feeling of being on a massive online world is warmly welcomed back into the community. The beloved floating city of Dalaran from Wrath of the Lich King has become the main city in the Broken Isles for Legion, and is once again buzzing with life. Finally, for those who love to PvP, Legion may be bittersweet for you. Unfortunately, there are currently no new battlegrounds. However, there is a new PvP talent and prestige system, which is now available at level 110. As a player accomplishes PvP content in either the world quest, or traditional battlegrounds and arenas, the player will gain more honor experience for their PvP talent, leveling them up to 100. Along the way, PvP-focused talents are unlocked for the player to use in battlegrounds and arenas. Once players hit an honor level of 100, players can prestige and re-level for more powerful talents. Note that prestiging does not reset your player's level, but your PvP talent level. As an added bonus, there is a special look for the new artifact weapons that can only be unlocked with PvP content. If you're looking to come back to World of Warcraft, many changes await you. If you want to join as a new player and become a demon hunter, we recommend getting a feel for the game by leveling up to 70 first, before making that commitment. But if you're dead set on only playing as a demon hunter, the game lets you instantly level one character to level 100 after the purchase of Legion, which instantly grants access to the demon hunters. But is it worth paying for the $20 base edition, $60 Legion expansion, and subscription price averaging at $15 a month? For a college student, you should only take that on if you have some friends to quest alongside you for months to come. For just about everyone, this depends entirely on your time availability. But World of Warcraft Legion has a very compelling amount of content that will make it all worth it, especially compared to more recent expansions. If you've played WoW before, go for it. If you're new, find a friend to play with. It's an excellent time to get into World of Warcraft. The entirety of the game is pleasantly overwhelming and will never feel too empty.